Okay, we are in the. Ooh, that was right here. My body always be cracking. Like, okay, well, it didn't do it that time, but let me do it again. All right, or let me sit down again. All right. Okay. We are. You heard that? We are. Oh, you probably did. I heard it. Y'all probably did. We are in the second video. My shit is all the way up here. Everyone else's should be all the way down here. Like, I have to like force the shit. I got big ass legs. Nah. Excuse me. I need to stretch more. That's why. But no. As of the topic that I ended off with in the last video, essentially, this is the same day, by the way. Literally, same day. There we go. Now you heard it. All right. But nah, I was talking about restaurants and how they're trifling. We're going to start off by me saying this. The Kanye West verse from the song called Forever by Drake, Kanye West, Eminem, and there's like one other guy. Don't know who it is. Oh, Lil Wayne. Drake, Lil Wayne, Eminem, and no, Eminem was the last one. So Drake, Lil Wayne, Kanye West, and Eminem. Kanye West's verse, at the end of his verse, was, I used to want this thing forever. Y'all can have it back. And that is 100% how I feel about the culinary industry. That is 100%. No. That is 100% how I feel about the culinary industry. Because there's so much stress when it comes to making sure you get stuff done on time, stuff done correctly, which I think also plays into why I'm kind of afraid of leadership roles, because there's so much that relies on you getting shit done. Not even leadership roles I'm afraid of. I think I'm just afraid of like certain specific roles that rely on you getting shit, rely on solely you getting that shit done. And if it fucks up, it's your fault. Like, I'm kind of, but in the culinary industry, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. Heads get heated, even in a commercial restaurant, even in a freaking McDonald's. The heads will get heated. People be yelling at each other, be wanting to fight and everything. Luckily, that hasn't happened for me. I've had to yell at someone like one time before, but all my experiences are fucking cringe because I basically, oh my gosh, basically I would be in. See, I'm cringing the more and more I try to say it. My first restaurant, my first actual restaurant job. Matter of fact, let's go even further back. Stone Creek, right? Stone Creek. I came in. I wanted to be a cook. I ended up being a dishwasher for 9 fucking months. Them niggas went shit. They ended up moving. They're further down on 135 now. I don't fucking give a shit about them. They suck my fucking dick. Evidently, as you can see, there's stuff I still need to heal from because I'm over here talking about it as if it's happening right now. But essentially, didn't let me be a cook at all, but had me doing dishes, right? Mind you, I still have narcolepsy. The narcolepsy I had at that time was still pretty potent. More potent than it is now. Now my body has more of a handle on it. I know when the triggers are gonna happen, all that. But doing dishes, narcolepsy, shit's gonna fuck up. I'm not gonna be able to go as fast because narcoleptic episodes, dozing off, all that stuff. I even remember one time one of the dishes broke and a little shard of ceramic went up my nose or something like that. It went up my nose and I was able to get it out. Luckily, no bleeding or anything. Thank God. These niggas want shit. I'm just gonna say that one of the most embarrassing things from there, I think I had slammed down something, and this tall ass redhead gingered fuck came over. I need to stop cursing. This tall redhead guy, who I guess was from one of the other Cunningham's restaurants, came up to me. Like I'm right here. He's coming up to me all up in my space. Instead of me telling him, hey, yo, back the fuck up, I'm like, it's like, bro, come on. And then he says, "Hey, stop slamming stuff," or what, something like that. I don't know. I literally only saw him one time, but honestly, I can give a fuck about them niggas. But no, this is the story I was gonna say. Dude had me in dish pit. I'm over here. I think like there was a few times I actually asked about working on the line, and I asked him, hey, just show me how to put some stuff down in the fryer. And then he had an attitude about that. No, I didn't ask him. I actually asked somebody else, Latina lady, very nice. The head chef had a problem with that. Side note, his wife has narcolepsy, but he really don't know how narcolepsy works. He really didn't. I don't know if his wife had it for a long time before I worked there, but he don't pay attention to how it works. He really don't. I mean, of course, now might be different because it's been years since then, so who knows? But anyway, yeah. So I go on vacation for like 5 days. I come back, and actually no, let's go back. So I'm working dishes, boom. New kid, literally a high schooler, basically. He's in C9, Central 9 Career Center. That's basically a trade school. One of their courses, they have culinary. He's in the culinary class. He's at this job so that we could get more experience. He starts at Dish Pit. He starts at Dish Pit. They had me in Dish Pit for 9 months and I left. He starts, okay, if you get what I mean by the words. He starts, S-T, yeah, okay. He's at Dish Pit. I'm training him on Dish Pit. I think I don't even know like 2 months or something. Tell me why I go on vacation and I come back. This nigga is on the salad line. And some of the people who work at the restaurant are like, hey, Zachary, what you calling on the salad line? You know what they were trying to do. They're over here trying to, he's on the salad. Hey, Zach, he's on the salad line. Weren't you trying to get on, trying to be a cook? And he's on the salad line? Hey, he's on the salad like shut the fuck up. For one. Like, it's not even fucking funny. To you, it's funny because you love making fun of niggas and making niggas feel like shit. Oh, that's not the reason. Okay, whatever, nigga. Anyway, niggas on a salad line. I'm like, so fuck me, right? Because like, what the fuck? Basically, that guy just didn't want me to win. All right, he really didn't. Because some niggas, and it was definitely a race thing. It was definitely a race thing, but it was probably, I don't even want to say, no, it was definitely a race thing because like there was another black guy there. He didn't play no shit, and he was a bigger guy, and plus he was he was not even more personable. He was more personable, but he was definitely more comedic. So like, I don't know, him being big jolly, and not playing not taking no shit. Well, I haven't really had to see him be in a situation where he had to step up to anybody. But yeah, that was disgusting. But however his situation went, he ended up on the line. And I think it's more so like white people like more, I don't fucking know. With me and him, it was definitely a race situation though. But then there's that, like, there's literally another black guy on the line who got on there and you didn't. So then it's more so like he might see something in me or something, but he was being fucking prejudiced. They were being prejudiced, not only prejudiced, they were just doing shit because they thought they could get away with it with you, with me. I'm talking to y'all niggas about me, and I'm talking like I'm talking to me, but I am talking to me. All right, but anyway, dick. What was I gonna say? Yeah, them niggas weren't shit. There was another time I was gonna go on vacation and like I had to be home at a certain time so I could get enough rest before I had to go on the bus because I think I was gonna go to my cousin's house in Dayton, Ohio, my younger cousin's house in Dayton, Ohio. So I was gonna be gone for 2 weeks, and it was like yeah, I gotta go. Like they were having me washing dishes like till the fucking midnight. So it was me and like the supervisor left in the building, and I'm like, and I'm washing these dishes. I'm going as fast as I can. I don't even think I was having a narcoleptic episode. I was just going as fast as I can, and there was still a pile of dishes. So it got to a point where I was like, "Yo, I gotta go," because I had a time limit, and then they wanted to get on my butt about it. And I remember me and my mom. Well, no, my mom was like, "You left this stuff neat and everything, and they still got a fucking problem." Because mind you, when I would get there, other niggas would leave dishes everywhere. Every fucking where. Oh my god, bro. Every fucking where. It's like, yo, so y'all get mad at me for cleaning up my area. Yes, there's still some dishes left, but I literally piled it up in such a way where it's literally fucking neat and not everywhere, like how y'all leave for me. But apparently, oh, we're gonna talk, which we never talked about it. Don't know why we never did, but I don't fucking care. But these niggas felt the need to do that shit. Nah, fuck them. And then the head chef tried to keep me there for an extra day, and I said, oh no, I already changed my mind. And that was when I went to Noodles Company, which I also left that job too because them niggas weren't shit either. But actually, I left that job because that job was technically temporary. If you could call 6 months temporary. But anyway, on to the next job. The next restaurant job I had was Connor's Kitchen at Indianapolis Marriott downtown. We're just gonna jump to the chase. The head chef was yelling at me all the fucking time, and mainly just me. He wasn't yelling at no one else because they let him know. They let him because they basically let, or not even. That's great. Okay, I thought I heard something. That's fine. Okay, anyway. Either way, they basically let me know not to talk to them like that. But I had a problem with stepping up to people because, like I told you in the other video, how I mentioned in my past, I got verbally abused a lot by family members, by trusted family members, all that stuff, right? Family members, and by people who weren't family as well. We'll get into that another day. But and then plus I had bullying on top of that as well. So essentially, let me just say this. I keep leaning onto that. It's not something that only happened when I was like a little kid. It's something that kept going and going and going. And less of that came from my family members, and the bullying just kept continuing. And there were times where I stood up for myself, physically, verbally, whatever have you. But the stuff from when I was younger was like ingrained. So like there's certain like social cues where like if someone's like disrespecting you or whatever, I would let them get away with that. There's one time where I was friends with somebody for so long that they became toxic, and that was mainly because I had no other friends, and I was only hanging out with him because there was someone who gave a good explanation and allegory for it. But essentially, I basically really had no friends most of my life. I had some people who were nice to me, but really no friends. Like I wouldn't have people call to hang out with me or whatever. Like, hey, can Zachary come over? I wouldn't have that. I really wouldn't have that. So when I had a friend, I know we were talking about restaurants and everything, but just so y'all can understand why I would even let someone talk crazy to me like how he did. To have you understand, not to justify it. I'm not justifying me letting that happen, but I'm not justifying it. I would like to justify it. Let me be real here. I would like to justify it, but realistically, I can't justify me being in my late in my late 20s letting some random grown ass nigga who ain't seen the gym in years, but over here talking about, oh, I was an army brat. Well, nigga, you years from that now. You're army brat, more like army fat. More like never seen the army. Anyway, nah, man, like my childhood was not terrible like how some others might have had it, but it was not the best. And I don't want to hear people. Oh, what? I don't want to hear the. Oh, well, hey, I don't want. No, I don't want to hear that bullshit about like. Well, hey, we all like. Basically, just say it. I don't want to hear the whole. Your parents did their best or whatever, or I don't know, something related to that. I don't know, but like, yeah, I'm blessed with with what and how I went through the stuff that I went through, but it still could have been prevented. And then the fact that I grew up with having to just rely on authority and not necessarily having to like do stuff myself, and then me being spoiled. Well, no, I did stuff myself. Let me not say it like that. But I was spoiled a lot, though. I was spoiled a lot. Um, and then I had a stepdad who wasn't shit. He was not shit. He eventually cheated on my mom and left. Stepdad. My real dad was not there to raise me, but I never hated him ever. Neither did my mom. She never hated him. She in fact told him that, hey, you can always come and visit if you want. Like it was literally. I'm not gonna say it was mad show because I wasn't there when they had that talk or whatever. But but no. I never had my dad to raise me. To be quite honest though, and no disrespect to him. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say that. But no, I think. Now let me just say, um, a lot of times it was his way or the highway, and like he wasn't like he wasn't mean or nothing, but like he's just he was angry a lot. He didn't have anger issues per se, but he had issues. He even straight up told my mom that he had mental issues. So like before I was born, like this is when she was pregnant with me. He told my mom straight up like, hey, hey, I have mental disorders and everything. So more than likely more than likely the baby's gonna come out with mental disorders. And sure enough, and and he was talking about me. But yeah, sure enough, I do have some mental disorders. And then on top of that, the social conditioning and all that stuff. And then, kids react to shit differently, especially if they got mental disorders or if they got early signs of mental disorders or whatever. But yeah, all that, not having someone teaching me how to stand up for myself. I mean, of course, you have the parents say, "Oh, stand up for yourself." Like, okay, yeah, you'll tell me, but like, I don't know, more hands-on approach. But yeah, back to the thing about the chef, man. He was basically yelling at me. There was like one time I yelled at him, but I only yelled at him as I was walking away. Like, oh, I'm not dealing with your shit today. It was some weak ass shit, honestly. It was some weak ass shit. He would yell at me to get the fries down and everything. Some other people would try that shit, and then I would stop them in their tracks. I know one girl, she asked me for some lemons, for a lemon. She didn't say she wanted to cut or nothing. I just gave her the whole fucking lemon, and then she's like, "What I needed is cut." Instantly, I was like, "Okay, you didn't ask for it to be cut," and she shut down immediately. So there was that. Yeah, that chef ended up leaving. I ended up staying a little bit longer, and then there was another head chef who was way bigger and bulkier. He stepped up to me one time, and I cowered, like a little bitch. Honestly, like he has no problems with me, but every time I think think about that specific situation, I'm like, yeah, nigga, you're not doing shit, no matter how. Like, no, it was just stupid, honestly. Pathetic, really. I'm pathetic, but like, I try not to take it too hard on myself in that situation, because it's like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, you being like, oh, I should have did this, or oh no, I should have known better. It's like, bro, you being hard like that on yourself is not gonna make it any better, any future situations any better. I think we're just gonna keep it about like just that restaurant. I don't know. I'm not gonna like, oh, let me tell you about this one time where I worked at this other restaurant. Like, I'm not trying to keep it on no chatty type shit or whatever. But I mean, and you know what's crazy? I don't cry anymore. God, do not change anything up. I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry, because that was, it was cool when I was younger, because I think I got some sort of dopamine off of actually crying when I was younger. But now I don't like the way I sound when I cry. The last time I cried was 2020. I recorded it and posted it, not on this channel, whole different channel. And I left it up there. I never took it down purposely. But not purposely, because I was like, I'm not about to hide nothing about myself. Niggas gonna see who the fuck I am. Whenever I get back to that channel, I will be posting more on that channel. I don't know what though, but I'm never taking that video down, and I'm never taking any past videos down, because I'm not about to hide nothing about myself. I'm a future proof this right now. Anything I said in the past, I'm not gonna say I think differently from it. Some of the stuff I probably do still believe, but not all of it. If it's anything racist or whatever, I'm not racist. I don't have any problem with any sort of race or gay people or whatever the fuck. Like, my friend's gay. No, I'm not gonna. I do have people who I'm cool with who are gay, and I do have people that I'm cool with who are gay, but but no, I ain't got no problem with gay people, anyone in different religions. I got people in my family who are of a different religion, and honestly, I'm from the Black community. We have a bunch of people who are of different beliefs, faiths, and I got a few of those in my family. So I really don't care, in the sense of like, it doesn't bother me. So if you gay, cool. If you're a he, she, they, them, I really don't care. I'll call you a fucking he. I really don't care. At BJ's restaurant, there was someone who I legitimately thought was a dude, and turned out to be a girl. That's how much of a he I thought that person was. It was a girl, but she was a girl, but she was pretty much like, not even acted, because that's like, they're like pretending, but her personality and everything was so much of a dude, and he sounded so much like a dude. He looked like not even Cuban Gooding Jr. The other light skinned dude. Oh my god. I say he's one of those light skinned actors from like the early 2000s and the late 90s, early 2000s. Oh my god. He light skinned and kind of has like maybe like blue eyes. No, not blue eyes. He has like hazel eyes. But he kind of looks like this one actor. If I ever find out the name, I'll definitely mention it in a different video or just post it. But anyway, yeah, that person, we just called him a he. It didn't matter to us. It was like, like if you met this person, it was a Black person too. So if you met this person in real life, you'd be like, yeah, he's basically a dude except he has penis. All right. He's a dude except he has penis. Fuck. No. No. We were like, no, he's basically a dude except he used to be a girl. It was literally that. No, it wasn't that. I was just doing that for meme purposes. Yeah, but no, yeah, dude was cool. But yeah, I got no problem with gay people. I got no problem with no one of any nationality. I mean, as long as you're not on some like, as long as you're not on some like hate group stuff or anything, and that's a different story. Then we're not gonna really get along that well for too long. Although there are some things we won't be able to agree on either way, but we won't be able to get along for too long because some of your stuff I can't rock with. I think I'm gonna end the video here and go upstairs and eat something. To be honest, I don't even know how this video stuff's gonna go. I do hope I just post. Well, I am just gonna post both the first and the second video. I'll post it anyway, and then I'll find clip thing later on. So yeah. So whenever you're watching this, whenever you're seeing this, good morning, good evening, and good night. Keep God close. Pray every day. And don't be a bitch, nigga. I'll change my outro. I honestly don't know what to have it as now. But I'll definitely keep the God part in it. Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all later. Peace.